Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you've ever struggled with sudden skin breakouts, itching, or those annoying hives, today's video might be just what you need. We're talking about histamine intolerance, hives, and how diamine oxidase, or DAO, can help manage these symptoms. Let's dive right in. First, let's talk about histamine. Histamine is a naturally occurring chemical in the body that plays several important roles. It's released during allergic reactions, causing symptoms like sneezing, itching, and in some cases, hives. However, not all histamine-related reactions are from allergies. Some people have something called histamine intolerance, where their body can't effectively break down excess histamine. Why does this happen? In people with histamine intolerance, there's often a deficiency in an enzyme called diamine oxidase, commonly referred to as DAO. DAO is responsible for breaking down histamine in the gut, especially from foods we eat that are naturally high in histamine. Some of the major triggers for people with histamine intolerance are foods like aged cheeses, alcohol and fermented foods, and even certain fruits like avocados. When the body doesn't produce enough DAO, histamine levels can build up, leading to symptoms like headaches, flushing, digestive problems, and yes, hives. Here's where it gets really tricky. If you're prone to hives or allergic-like reactions and typical antihistamines aren't helping, you might actually be dealing with histamine intolerance. And this is where supplementing with DAO could come into play. Now, DAO supplements aren't a cure for histamine intolerance, but they can help manage symptoms by providing the enzyme your body lacks. By taking DAO before meals, especially when consuming histamine-rich foods, you're helping your body break down the histamine more efficiently. As for hives, they can be triggered by too much histamine circulating in your system. While antihistamines can block the receptors that respond to histamine, they don't address the root cause, which is the buildup of histamine itself. DAO supplementation helps reduce this histamine load, potentially reducing the frequency and intensity of hives. If you think histamine intolerance might be behind your symptoms, here are a few steps you can take. First, track your symptoms. Keep a food diary and note when your hives flare up. This might help identify if histamine-rich foods are a trigger. Next, try an elimination diet. Temporarily remove high histamine foods from your diet and see if your symptoms improve. Consider the carnivore diet. Solely eating meats of any land species has been very successful. The other things that you can eat are plain rice and potatoes. Be careful with any seasonings. After a few weeks, slowly reintroduce them. And consider DAO supplements. If you notice improvement on a low histamine diet, DAO supplements before meals might help, especially when you know you'll be eating histamine-rich foods. The highest natural sources of DAO that make up these supplements are found in mung bean sprouts and alfalfa sprouts eaten raw, dry kidney beans, chickpeas, lentils, and split green peas put into a food processor, turned into a powder. Sift with a kitchen strainer, put a tablespoon or two of the powder into a bowl, add water and salt to make a paste and enjoy. Now, a common question I get is, how do I know if I'm histamine intolerant or just allergic? The answer is tricky because both conditions can produce similar symptoms, but they're different mechanisms. Histamine intolerance is often more related to what you're eating or your body's ability to break down histamine, while allergies are more immediate immune responses to specific allergens. So, in summary, if you're struggling with hives or other symptoms like flushing, digestive issues, or headaches, and antihistamines just aren't cutting it, you might want to explore the idea of histamine intolerance. DAO supplements could be a game changer for you. I hope this video helped shed some light on the connection between histamine, hives, and how DAO can support histamine breakdown. If you found this useful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more health-related content. And as always, if you have any questions or personal experiences with DAO or histamine intolerance, drop them in the comments below. I'll see you next time.